Practicing initiation steps. It was coming from inside that I should conduct 15 days initiation, this program, there under banyan tree in Allahabad. Because that place is blessed by presence of Mahatar Babaji. After Ranikhet, when Mahatar Baba initiated Ladi Maharshi, that was the longest period when he stayed in the visible presence with Ladi Maharshi. After that, this was the longer time when he stayed under banyan tree with Swami Tisagiri. He blessed him and awarded Swami title. After that, he explained many things of the future planning. And that is the place where he announced that somebody will come to go to the West to spread Kriyayoga message, that is Paramahansa Yogananda. That is the place where he requested Swami Tisagiri to write scripture, holy science. Therefore, it was coming many times, but I want to just share it, and that I will announce before I leave Canada, that what will be that 15 days. That 15 days there will be 4 hours exclusive initiation programs. In that only those will be allowed who are ready to experience that human consciousness is designed to do research, that nothing is impossible. Impossibility we have to demonstrate. Suppose that you are 80 years old, how to stop aging process, then how to start a reverse movement. Every year feeling more younger and fresh, then keep on practicing it more and more. Every 14 years, you have to demonstrate you are better, you feel younger and fresh and more energetic, more peaceful. Because we are human beings, our system is designed for this. We do not have expectation that cow and sheep and goat and tiger and wolf, they will do research. We should not have expectation that any tree is going to do research. It is we human being, or this structure is designed for this. Human name comes because of the humane, and humane means the path of non-violence. Therefore we should try it, and when you try it, there is nothing you are losing in this, you will gain more and more. Sometimes we think that when we are in a state of hopelessness, I'm not interested in long life. Why we say it? Because we have decided firmly that we are mortals, one day we will die. This physical universe is a hell, this body is the hell. When you are with the body, all the time you feel stress, tension, worries, illness, sickness, so many things. The moment you accept it firmly, then we do not have any desire to do any experiment. Suppose that we have this lifestyle that we do not have any desire. Let life go like this. One day we have to leave, let it be. We are ready to live in hospital or in accident. We do not have any problem in that. If you are having this kind of thought, or anyone is having this kind of thought, I request all of you that you must try to keep autobiography of Yogi. This book is written with this special permission. It is Mahatar Baba who arranged all meeting with the masters, personal meeting of Paramahansa Yogananda with many masters, with Mahatma Gandhi, Therese Newman, non-eating saint, sleepless saint, so many. This you will find one of the best, latest scripture. Try to hold it, to walk with this, but try to care it. When you are walking with this, after 2 years we find it has become rotten. It means you don't love it. I got one example that if any book is given to Shaktimata, it is ever new. You will never find any dot. She's having one computer given 8-9 years before. No scratch anywhere. It means we love this tool. We accept this as our own presence. Therefore, when you are holding this, try to maintain its shape and size. Do not throw it here and there. If you decide to hold it all the time, everywhere, then you will be transformed. At the same time, you must have this also, holy science. But this is a little tough. We can't understand it. And other things what you need, whatever science of food I am going to explain today, try to follow that. Where is that book? That book is written in the language what you speak every day. You write English, but you speak English in Hindi. There is one book, this is the Science of Food, what I gave various interpretation of the science of food from 94 onwards up to 2006 in the North America. All are written there. What is called the science of food based on the Indian heritage? Indian heritage means Christ consciousness, Krishna consciousness, that is the principle of truth. It's only few lines given on the page number 75. Try to read it every day. When you read it every day, again and again, then slowly, the thought will start growing inside. It will sprout, and that will expand in the whole system. Therefore, this is very important to understand what should be our food. When we are going to eat something, because our figure is called the human figure, this is the figure which is having the complete love for the non-violence. We do not want to create injury to anyone. Try to see the small child. Child does not like weeping. Child does not like fighting. Child does not like any cruelty on anything. But when we become adult, we become habitual to run the slaughterhouse, to do all those things which we have not to do it. Therefore, in this book, Science of Food, in this there is mixed language, Hindi and English. If you do not know Hindi, need not to purchase it. And if you want to translate it, I am very happy. Translate it, I will edit it. When you say I have to translate, I don't need it. Only you need 4 lines. Page number 75. That God said means when you meditate, Kriyayoga meditation, experience intuition. Intuition means love of God. Love of God means become one with the all kind of the knowledge, creation, preservation and change. That is called the love. Love means having all kind of power and knowledge, eternal peace and bliss. This is called intuition. This is called, and God said, see, I have given you every herb. Herb means a small trees like wheat and many other things in the same way. That yields seed which is on the face of all the earth. Like corn and wheat and rice, lentils, so many things we are having the seed. And every tree whose fruits yield seeds and fruits with the seed, you cannot exclude the seed. If you are taking lime or lemon or orange, you must consume the seed. But if seed is slippery, like lemon, oranges seeds are slippery in nature, they slip. Then you have to chew it properly. Otherwise, when you go into digestive system, sometimes it enters into appendix and is not able to return back. Then appendicitis is created. Therefore, all seed of the oranges, lime and lemon or any kind of seed which is having slippery nature, then you have to chew it properly. Mostly they are bitter in taste. Try to squeeze the complete lime and take the complete juice of the orange and wash the skin nicely, and you will find bitter taste of the skin. That helps intestine function, because intestine needs some alkaline atmosphere. When you are taking peel of the orange or peel of the lime and lemon and seed of the orange, seed of the lime, seed of the lemon, that is bitter in taste, it improves flora of the small intestine, and all seeds are rich in calcium. Calcium which is present in the seed is of higher quality. But what calcium we take in the form of pills? If it is more, there is more chances of having a stone. If you are eating the brown rice, lentils, wheat berry, other kind of the grains, and seed of the lemon and lime, seed of the all fruits, when you eat the apple, inside seed is there, then you will have the higher quality of calcium. You can experience that you don't need calcium by eating this science of food written in the Bible. You will have higher quality of calcium and all nutrition. That I have experienced it. There was a time I was doing little bit experiment, what is the vitamin D. When I tried to go pathological lab, all the time vitamin D is low. Machine is not correct. I stopped all kind of the foods, I just followed what I know the truth. Then I never had any deficiency of vitamin D. How to measure deficiency? By having pathological test? No. If you have a strong bone, have no any problem with the bony movement. If you are walking, you feel good. If you are running, you feel good. If you are working, you feel good. That is called the symptom. You have sufficient quantity of vitamin D. How to measure vitamin D? Generally we have measurement like atomic form, molecular form. There is something vitamin D which is consciousness, energy molecules. That is more important. For what I realized, because I care a lot, really I am telling you, I have great love for all of you. Therefore I want you should not have any deficiency of protein, carbohydrate, fat and minerals and vitamins and this vitamin D, anything. Then try to change your mind, read again and again. You can take photo of this, because this is the Hindi, you can't understand, then better not to purchase it unnecessarily. Open this page number 75 and take the photograph. Then read it every day. Before taking meal, read it. Early in the morning, read it. Then you will find in few months lifestyle will change. Because when you are eating this kind of food, you will not have deficiency of protein and carbohydrate and vitamins, minerals, anything. Because each seed is having all. But we need varieties. Why we need varieties? Because our mind is having great desire to have sweet taste, sour taste, pungent taste, astringent, and so many varieties of the taste. Therefore, each seed will give you different kind of the taste. But when you are eating it, eat slowly, because mind has to perceive it. When you are eating slowly, let mind should feel it, then you will not overeat. When mind remains unsatisfied, then we eat more quantity what we do not need it. Therefore, there is tradition. When you are eating, there should not be chit-chatting. Because when you start talking, when you are eating, you can't allow your mind to perceive the taste. Then we overeat. Once I was in University of Massachusetts taking the class. I was sitting with the congregation. I got a phone from Vancouver. I start talking, it took 45 minutes. They are having peanuts. They keep on peeling and giving me. After my phone talk overs, I saw there was a big amount of the husk of the peanuts. I told, what is this? They told, Guruji, you have eaten it. I told, I have eaten it? No, because I was on the phone. If I am on the phone, keep on changing the plates, I will eat 20 plates. This is what I realized. Because we don't need that much quantity. Therefore, try to understand this. What is the principle of honoring the food? When you are eating, you must have calmness. Feel head and spine. Let mind should feel the taste. After that, you want socialization, sit and talk. But during taking meal, when you are eating, do not practice socialization. Because really, if you feel any stress, you call me that I am sick. You know how much stress I get it? And when I feel you are very happy, you are very healthy, I feel good. Therefore, try to observe this. And when you are eating, you must know these important things. When food is in the mouth, we have to use the tool mouth. In the mouth, what happens, what is the digestion? Digestion of carbohydrate is there. And carbohydrate digestion is in the neutral medium, are very slight acidic. You can have a small plus. This is the big plus and big minus. This is called neutral, like water. You have added little slight acidic that you cannot perceive easily. Like the water is having carbonic acid. When you put water in the night, morning try to examine it, you will find carbonic acid is there. That is very mild acid. When drinking water, you cannot feel it. Therefore, remember, when the buccal mouth digestion starts, amylase works. This is the enzyme. And this amylase needs neutral medium or very slight acidic like carbonic acid. But you have to taste the acid also because mind needs acid perception. And what you have to do? You can put little lime, put in the mouth, let mind should feel it. Like turmeric, let mind should feel it. Tamarind, oranges, many fruits are having little acid in nature. You have to eat it. But sometimes when we eat acid, we feel little this sensitivity of the tongue. Then try to dilute it with the water. Each acidic fruit is having seed, having deep alkaline nature. Total content of the food, when you mash it with the skin and seed and everything, you will find holistic food. When you eat that, you will not find any sensitivity on the teeth. You will not feel any kind of irritation in the system. But generally, mind does not like that. Try to just put the pulp of the orange as well as seed and the juice. Mind likes orange juice. Give orange juice, have it. But try to taste it. Put in the mouth and let mind should feel it. After that, chew seed and little the skin, means a husk, bark, means peel of the orange. This is one thing you should remember. If you are not using our mouth for proper digestion, this is called ignorant behavior. then you will find that teeth will fall down. Tongue will not be able to perceive the taste. Buccal atmosphere will not be good. Suppose that you have leg, but you are not walking. Then health of the leg will be reduced. Vitality of leg will be less and less. Therefore, remember, you have to use this mouth and you have to use the teeth. When teeth masticates and chew the grains and fruits, there's a very scientific and best exercise of the gums, exercise of the teeth with the jaw. Then the teeth become stronger. Therefore, this is very important. Have mechanical digestion in the mouth, have proper chewing. And let mind should feel that. Then food is coming here. When food is coming here, you will find the mucosa line is not present there. Therefore, there is no any protective layer. Suppose that, okay, all right, like stomach. In stomach we have thick mucosa line. If like this will be here, you will find very difficult to swallow the food. And many times you need water to drink. Therefore, this esophagus is thinner, is more flexible, having more peristaltic movement. Therefore, when food is coming, it should descend down quickly. Because there is no protecting layer, therefore you should not put any hard and highly pungent and some food which gives erosion to this. If there is strong acidic food, try to add water into that. When you are eating sugar candy, like good, or maple candy, like solid maple, when you are taking the solid, it irritates the system. Because solid, sweet is not present anywhere except in the fruits like dates and raisins. The maple syrup is better than the candy. Therefore, you should have this kind of understanding. Now food is coming here. This is the stomach. Here protein is digested. When you are taking the seed and grains and fruits with the seed, you will have perfect balance of everything what you need. Then the stomach digestion should be there properly. If you are drinking too much water, then you are increasing dilution of the enzymes, which is very important to digest protein. But sometimes when you are taking more salt, more fried biscuits, which is fried, roasted, taking more baked and roasted, then that is the lack of water is there, you need more water. Therefore, when you are eating the boiled food, try to boil and eat. You have sufficient water, you do not need to drink too much water during the meal. 1 small cup is sufficient. But if salt is more, then you need more water. Then do not put salt more. In the seed, we have balanced quantity of salt. Each seed has proper balanced quality of salt and all minerals. But still mind demands little salt. Tell, okay, don't worry. Put little salt without any food. Let's eat it. After that, mind will say, sufficient. I don't need salt. I have experienced it. I was great lover of salt. You know how much salt I was eating? Like popcorn. Really can't believe. I'm telling the truth. When I was at the age of Arjun, in the village there was the rock salt. No? Then it was there, I used to keep in my pocket. I used to chew like popcorn. Then my grandmother saw, let it go live. Then my grandmother saw, you should not eat it. Okay, all right. Then I was hiding it. Where cow was there, here is there, everywhere salt. And I was eating such like you can't imagine. Then she called one person, he came with the knife. And he was killing, I know he was killing the animal and goat and the chicken and everything. He came with open eyes. If you are eating more, I will just, with this knife, I will cut your nose and ear. I was very fond of my face. Everybody was telling him very beautiful, handsome. I was getting appreciation a lot. I thought, no, cutting my nose, I will be ugly. And he can cut it very bad person. Then I stopped salt. I remember it, the person who is loving too much salt, now I don't need salt. If you put or not, I don't demand it. Then nobody in the world, whole on this earth, will be eating salt as I was eating. The biggest example, if I can have no desire of salt, my mind is fully satisfied, I am not suppressing my mind because I learned a technique. If mind wants more, put little salt on the tongue, do not swallow it, then mind will say, that's all. I don't want further. In the same way, if you demand too much sweet, do not worry. Put one date or few raisins in the mouth, half chew it, hold it 10 minutes. After that, mind will say, oh, sufficient, now swallow it. The mind will not demand surplus sweets. Therefore, only mind needs this taste. Stomach does not have any desire of taste. Ileum and many other part of the digestive system, colon, jejunum, they do not have any desire of taste. Therefore, when we are in coma state, food is pumped through the pipe. Therefore, remember, you have to satisfy your mind, otherwise mind is very crooked. If you are not satisfying your mind, then we will be mental. What is mental? All the time thinking of sweet and this and that. Therefore, when you practice Kriyayoga meditation, then mind is learning every day. Mind is having education, highest education. What is that education? You have to accept both. Because mind, you need power, you need knowledge, you need peace, you need joy. It is possible when you accept both opposite, what is called opposite. So heat and cold, pain and pleasure, accept both equally. When you practice Kriyayoga meditation, then mind is getting changed, then mind will be transformed into intelligence. Then intelligence will have the all kind of logic, and that creates big problem. Through the logic you can prove anything. You can prove, yesterday I was proving when the origin of universe. I was coming from the bigger wave, going to the smaller, then I reversed it. Therefore, when you are guided by intelligence, very difficult to get self-realization. Einstein was intellectual. He was not having complete intuitive knowledge. Intuition comes and goes. Most of the time, he was guided by intelligence. Mahatma Gandhi was guided by intuition. Therefore, Einstein was very much fond of Mahatma Gandhi. When you practice Kriyayoga meditation more and more, then intelligence will be transformed into intuition. Then we will not do any mistake. Therefore, remember, when we are eating, food is entering into stomach, and here it needs 2.5 hours. 2 hours to 2.5 hours. Therefore, you have not to put a lot of water in this. When you are making it watery, it will enter into small intestine before protein getting digested. Here is the partial digestion of protein into polypeptides, dipeptides. There is no conversion to amino acid here. Then food is coming in small intestine. This is the small intestine here, very big. Here food is in alkaline medium. Here is acidic medium. Because acid is created by stomach walls. The oxygenetic cells are there, they produce acid substance. And when food is in the small intestine, you can eat oranges there. You can have little amount of lime juice, lemon juice. And it will promote digestion. Sometimes when due to stress, when you have too much cookies and fried and roasted, then the stomach is having a lot of stress. Not able to produce proper quantity of acid substance or enzymes. When the quantity of enzymes and acid is less, when food is coming here, after that it should block, it should close. When quantity of acid and enzyme is less, then it remains open. When food comes into the mouth, then what we feel in the mouth, when coming, then it creating problem to the esophagus. Then slowly there will be hardening of the esophagus. If it is repeated food is coming in the mouth, a time comes that stomach becomes very hard and becomes cancerous. Therefore, this is a very wise decision when food is coming to the stomach. Do not have more salt, have less salt, and hardly 1 small cup of water is sufficient to give the good digestion. But after 2 hours, when food is coming small intestine, here we want that all acidic property of the food should be neutralized and should be converted into alkaline medium. And here is the liver juice is alkaline. Here the pancreas juice is alkaline. Intestinal juice is alkaline. But when you add water into that, you will find acidity is neutralized easily. Then 2 hours after meal, you must drink water. You are thirsty or not, doesn't matter. Create a habit of taking a glass of water minimum 2 hours after meal. It will help intestinal digestion. When food comes in intestine, it takes 4 to 6 hours digestion. During this period, when intestinal digestion is going on, then there is a hormone secretion that suppresses the function of stomach digestion. It means if you are taking the meal, the 2 hours, you are taking a small quantity, still it will take 2 hours to complete chemical digestion. Digestion of 2 kinds, mechanical, which is giving the churning movement, making pulp. Then chemical digestion, enzymatic action. It takes 2 hours here minimum 4 hours. If 4 hours is here, till that digestion is having chemical reaction, stomach will not function. Then minimum we need 6 hour gap, minimum 6 hour gap, 4 and plus 2, 6 hour gap. When Arjun is maintaining 6 hour gap, sometimes somebody gives more, then his body reacts. Suppose that you have nice guard, security guard at your gate. If security is very active, no bad person will enter. If you are practicing good lifestyle, then all security arrangement is better. Whenever you are eating bad, this body will react. If body is not reacting, it does not mean we are healthy. It means our security arrangement is weak. What I observe in the case of Arjun, he is having complete good food all the time. If sometimes when he is among all, he get little bit here and there, then body reacts. It does not mean his system is weak. Okay, let us, angel come. I am having potato chips. They can't eat it. If they have desire to eating potato chips, then they have to transform their angelic body into human body. You cannot say, oh angels, your immunity is weak, you can't eat chips. I am so healthy, I can eat chips, I can eat everything. You are so weak. You can't say this. That when your body becomes angelic body, perfect discipline is more essential. Therefore, this is a very important point you should understand regarding the food. Please try to remember, our food is seed, grains, and fruits with seed, with pulp, and if skin is healthy, peel is healthy, you must consume peel, also make like pulp like chutney something, paste. This is the brief summary of this science of food. Now come to the Kriyayoga. Now I have to explain Jyoti Mudra and Paravastha. And now we are ready to practice Kriyayoga meditation. Practicing Kriyayoga meditation means practicing presence of God. Then where is God? Swami Yukteswar Jnana Avatar writes clearly in Holy Science that God alone exists. Let us follow this philosophy. God alone exists. It means whatever existence we experience, accept that presence of God. What is the meaning of God? Try to mix knowledge and power of creation, preservation and change and imagine to make a molecule. Try to make an element. Try to convert knowledge and power of creation, preservation and change into a substance. That substance is called God. Means all kinds of knowledge of creation, preservation and change, all kind of power which is essential for creation, preservation and change is called presence of God. God has become all. Then each and every creation may be radiation, visible, invisible, atoms, hydrogen or platinum, gold, uranium, any kind of atom, molecules, or take any structure, virus, bacteria, any plant, microscopic, macroscopic, animals, microscopic, macroscopic, or our existence, each and every creation, it represents God. The scientific practice of Kriya Yoga is this. If you have great devotion in practice, that is important. How to show great devotion? When you must have great desire, great love to experience God, shortest span of time, as early as possible. Great devotion is observed when you select head to toes at nearest of near. Creation, that is head to toes. Now we demonstrate that we have great devotion. We want to feel presence of God at earliest, as early as possible. Then we are selecting nearest of near existence of God, that is head to toes. Feel presence of head to toes more and more. Head, face, neck, arms, back, chest, abdomen, both legs, more and more. Each and every part of head to toes, each and every change we realize within head to toes, each and every breath, each and every radiation, black color, blue color, any other color which we observe around forehead, it represents God. It is God who is manifesting in the form of a spiritual aura. Radiations we observe within a spiritual aura. God is present in the form of breath. God is present in the form of head to toes. God is present in the form of various changes we realize within head to toes. When we listen, when we pronounce, when we read God, then we must have true idea, true thought and concept behind God. That God means complete unit of knowledge and power, of creation, preservation and change. A head to toes, changes within we feel. Each and every change, it represents existence of God. Each and every part. A head, you can select any point, minutest, smallest structure within head, represents God. In the same way, neck, arms, back, thoracic area, abdominal area, both legs, each and every part is presence of God. When we keep on concentrating on it, then whatever we experience, accept the presence of power and knowledge of creation, preservation and change. Placing concentration on head to toes and accepting all changes, we can demonstrate that we have infinite potential. We have infinite knowledge. We can create anything. We can preserve the things till we decide. We can make a change. Spread arms in lateral position. Feel head to toes more and more. Presence of a head to toes changes within we feel. It represents God. Then clench fist, open palm alternately. Move arms up and down alternately. Fold arms, open arms alternately. Feel a head to toes more and more. Each and every part of head to toes, each and every change within we feel, it represents existence of God. Means existence of all kinds of knowledge and power of creation, preservation and change. Now place both palms on the posterior surface of head. Feel a head, face, neck, arms, back, chest, abdomen, both legs more and more. Presence of head to toes, changes within we feel is presence of God. Then our aim is to increase devotion in God, Devotion means joyful concentration. Feel presence of head to toes more and more. When we are practicing this, we must have this thought, idea and concept. This is the highest work, best work. We are having, we are performing, we are doing. Raise a right arm up. Feel a right arm raised upward, a right side of back, chest, abdomen. Extend a right leg in front. Feel a right leg, a right side of back, a right side of abdomen, chest and arms, neck, face and head. Increase tightness, stiffness in the right side, and try to increase a relaxed state in the left side. Left leg, left side of back, abdomen and chest, neck, face, head should be more relaxed in compared to right side. Now we experience presence of God in 2 dimensions. Tightness, stiffness and relaxation. Accept both with equal honor and respect. Now relax all parts. Observe course of relaxation. We are learning how to increase devotion in God. We have accepted nearest of near presence of God. That is head to toes, this visible presence. Again place both palms on the posterior surface of head. Feel head, face, neck, head and spine, back, thoracic part, abdominal part, both legs. Extend both legs in front. Now turn both feet inside. Tip up the toes of the feet should be directed to face a head and spine. Direction of the toes towards the head and spine. Now raise left arm up. Keep left leg in stretched condition. At the same time relax right leg. Increase tightness, stiffness in the left side, left leg, left side of back, left abdominal area, thoracic, left arm, left side of neck, face and head. Keep a right side more relaxed. A right leg relaxed. Right side of back. Right side of abdomen, chest, neck, face, head more relaxed. How to pay devotion in God. Accept manifestation of God in all forms. Pay highest respect and honor to both perceptions. Tightness, stiffness in the left side, relaxation in the right side. Now relax all parts. Observe course of relaxation. We are practicing great spiritual science, how to increase devotion in God. When we appreciate manifestation of God, various manifestation, each and every perception represents presence of God. Now place both legs in a regular position. A regular position means the position of both legs you should keep in such a way that head and spines should have complete vertical length. If you are sitting in the chair, you can place both feet flat on the ground. Try to keep both arms in such a position so that angle between shoulder joints should be 180 degree. Chin parallel to ground. Observe breath. Keeping eyes closed. Observe color radiations around forehead. We are experiencing presence of God. Kyanavatar Swami Yukteswar Giri writes very clearly that God alone exists. Then we have accepted manifestation of God in the form of His spiritual aura, in the form of breath, in the form of a head and spine, in the form of head to toes, changes within. When we are practicing joyful awareness to experience presence of God, we must have this thought. This is the highest work, the best work, purest work for us. Again, place both palms on the posterior surface of head. Feel head and spine more and more. A head to toes more and more. Breath, spiritual aura. Now curve head and spine towards right, towards left slowly to increase more comfort, more pleasant changes on each and every point of head and spine. During this practice, whatever we experience, accept all presence of God. We are curving head and spine towards the right, towards left slowly. Bending style we should readjust again and again so that we must feel more comfort on each area: cervical, thoracic, lumbar, sacral, coccygeal. We are experiencing presence of God. Practicing Kriyayoga meditation is called practicing presence of God. This is the highest work. Now raise arms up, clench fist, open palm alternately. Spiritual aura, breath, a head to toes, changes within head and spine, all are various manifestation of God. Place both palms on the posterior surface of head again. Now curve head and spine backward, forward slowly. When we are curving, bending backward, forward slowly, we must readjust bending process. We must feel more comfort on each and every area of head and spine when we are bending backward, forward. Now raise arms up. Clench your fist, open palm alternately. In this way, we are practicing presence of God. When we demonstrate complete devotion in God, then we realize absence of ignorance. In this state, when we realize absence of ignorance, then we experience that mortality never exists. There exists only immortal consciousness. Now relax arms, observe head to toes, changes within head to toes. Now with the help of both palm and fingers and arms, try to hold the head from all sides, press it, feel it, pay highest respect and honor, manifestation of God in this unique form. Head, face, neck, right arm, left arm, thoracic area, abdominal, back, upper area, middle and lower, hips area, hip joints, thighs, knee joints, calf muscles, ankle joint and feet, toes and nails. We are experiencing presence of God. Practice it again and again. This is time-tested technique. By repeated effort, by practicing again and again, in one lifetime we will reach to the highest stage of evolution, prophet consciousness. With the help of thumbs, when you close ears, then we observe vibration in the form of sound frequencies of various types. Then close ears and experience varieties of these subtle sound waves. Accept their presence. Their presence is also presence of God. Means all kind of power and knowledge of creation, preservation and change we experience in the form of spiritual aura, breath, vibration, sound waves, head to toes, changes within. Dedicate to experience presence of God in many dimensions. Now raise arms up in order to demonstrate we have more and more devotion in God. Then intensity and duration of practice should be more and more. With the double inhalation through nose, stretch all parts. With double exhalation through mouth, relax all parts. Let us bow down to our devotion in Kriyayoga meditation. Practicing Kriyayoga meditation is called practicing presence of God. Now we will sit and open eyes. Please stand and stretch, then we will sit. Little more, 2 minutes. This Kriyayoga science very clearly explains aim of a human being is to have more and more devotion in God. This is the aim. Then how to practice it? Then we start increasing awareness at nearest of near presence, head to toes. But we want to demonstrate more devotion. Then whatever we realize within each and every part, in head, face, neck, arms, back, chest, abdomen, both legs, I want to feel all in shortest span of time. Then I can say I am having great devotion in God. Therefore we learn the science how to place our mind inside head and spine. If you are able to place your mind, head and spine inside, then shortest span of time, what you practice, concentration on breath, spiritual aura, holy vibration, head to toe changes within. What you take many hours, even in a fraction of second, you will experience all. Therefore, practicing initiation steps is called the highest demonstration that we are great devotee of God. Therefore, try to learn initiation steps more and more through the practice. Now I am going to explain Jyoti Mudra and Paravastha. This will not be in the live practice. Now we will close the live.